So while I'm waiting on my welder to get wired in, I'm gonna go ahead and make some kind of progress. I got this, I bought this for some project a long time ago. I'm gonna go ahead and use it in this one because the wires are all chewed up anyways, and the goal is not to go back 100% factory original with this thing. It's just supposed to be a fun little project. So gonna go ahead and throw that in there. Lighting kind of sucks, but I'm thinking for battery placement, it kind of needs to go right where the spare tire was. So I'll grab my favorite tool over here and kind of give it the old snip snip. If you're a Triumph purist, you may want to avert your eyes. Yep, that'll do her. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Some Chinese sheet metal screws and rusty sheet metal. I mean, as far as I'm taking this apart, the battery coming loose is the least of my worries. This is kind of what I'm thinking on the interior. It's got these little channels in the floor. Oops, hold on. Bear with me. It's got these little channels in the floor. I'm gonna go get some P-clamps and secure those a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find where I want to poke it through the firewall at, just so I can get my length. I'm thinking one of these existing holes here may work out about right, but I'm not going to run it anywhere through the firewall too permanent, because I mean, I obviously have to cut all this out. I'm gonna just delete this battery box here. Hopefully those gussets aren't too important. I may end up putting gussets back in there. I don't know. We'll see. Still yet to tackle the rest of this. So this is what I came up with. Just gonna use this grommet here. I mean, I'm gonna end up welding up a bunch of holes in there anyways. I'd rather just not blow any more holes through the firewall. But I got, you know, a bunch of extras, so might as well. This is all gonna be underneath the seat and the carpet and dash anyways. So that won't be any big deal. Back here it's all kind of tucked away nice and neat. I'm gonna zip tie and clamp that all down here in a second. For my ground, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it yet. If I'm gonna ground it through the bumper brackets, or if I'm actually gonna go through the floor there or there and go to the frame. But figure that out here in a second. I'm gonna put this on time lapse, tidy all this up, get it somewhat buttoned up, and then we'll attack that. Before I start in on this, I know this ain't the right way to do it, but I mean, it's a cheap car. Get over it. So this is what we're ending up with. I'm pretty happy with it. It'll clean up the engine bay a lot, and that's what I was going for, and it'll give us some more weight over these back tires if we decide to start making some more power. Ground wire, I just went through the trunk floor and I grounded it to the frame here. I'm up over the wheel arch, down through the quarter panel, across the floor, on up and out through a factory hole. And I'm gonna have to cut this and put a new end on it, but overall pretty happy with how that turned out. That ain't the cutest little guy. Everything on this car is just so tiny. Cracks me up. Gonna go ahead and pull the flywheel off. I'm gonna pull this plate off so I can get it put on the engine stand, and I'm gonna go ahead and this thing's gonna get all new gaskets if I can get the freeze plugs out, or if I can find new freeze plugs, spray paint job. I'm not gonna pop the head off of it or go digging into bearings or anything. I don't think it didn't sound hurt, but I tend to snowball projects a little bit, so I guess we'll just see on that. Alright. That looks like brand new. Oh well. It's better to check it now and it'd be good than get everything put back together and it'd be leaking all over. Alright, it's ready to go on the engine stand. I'm gonna have to find some hardware. Everything I've got is like old small block and LS stuff, and that's way too big. Everything on this thing's tiny, but yeah, guess I'm gonna leave it here for now until I find some hardware.